What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Skull Horde. We played a demo for this game about 6-7 months ago, maybe 8 months ago. I don't know. I don't check the date stamps on anything that I do anymore. It's such a slow period right now that I'm just grabbing stuff and throwing it out there that I enjoyed. But Skull Horde is one of those games that stands out as being one of the few necromantic horde-building games that actually seems to have its head on straight. This is a game that has a fundamental understanding of how all of its mechanics need to blend together in order to make the game ultimately satisfying. They've added a bunch of content to the demo, so I figured we'd dive on in today and take a look at it, play with it for about 30 minutes and see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or otherwise pass on. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, this is a publicly available demo. Anybody can go play this right now. If you enjoy what you see, you can go fingers on this bad boy right this second. Then, of course, there'll be a bunch of other Nerd Castle links down below, just in case you wanted to give them the old saucy click. But let's go ahead and check the game out, shall we? Now, at the beginning of the game, we're just going to spawn in as a skull. The main narrative of this game is that we were a necromancer that was placed deep down in the earth to hide us from the light of the sun because we're such a threat to the world. Everybody kind of forgot about Dre while we were down there, and they built a bunch of other baddies moved in and tried to take over our dungeon, which is frankly unacceptable, alright? There are no squatters' rights inside this catacomb, and so we as a floating skull, because all of our flesh is rotted off inside the prologue of this, we awoke and we're just a skull. That's pretty much it. But we do have the power to bring the dead back to life to fight for us and teach all of these squatting mooks a lesson. Along the way, we're going to be building up a group of undead that will have various synergies with one another. Then add on top of that, the game has a Diablo-style loot system. Well, not a Diablo-style loot system, but like loot will drop from enemies as it tends to do in these sort of dungeon crawling games. It will also drop out of chests, and then we have to be astute enough to take a look at the different units that we have inside of our army, and then come up with a strategy with our relics in order to accentuate their strengths, diminish their weakness, and hopefully get us to the end of the dungeon. So the first thing we got is leather armor. One thing I do like about this game is that it's very generous with rerolls. Just do whatever you want with rerolls, and the game seems to be completely and totally fine with it. They never really get crazy expensive, so it's not hard in this game to fish for things that you actually need, which I think makes the game much more enjoyable. So the entire point of this game is really stack up as many buffs and as many things as we possibly can, and then see if they're going to be good enough in order to overcome the boss at the end of the game. Every single level is going to be procedurally generated with enemies, monsters, chests, challenges. You do want to do that stuff. I find that staying in as long as possible tends to be what gives you the best chance for success here. But once we find the portal, we can go down to the next level. That first level is going to be very simple, and we're going to be given an option to use our money. Yes, even the undead expect to be paid inside this universe. I suppose there must be some kind of thriving afterlife black market or something like that. That would really suck, though, because like our entire lives right now in humanity are dictated by our finances. I really don't like the idea that once I die and then I'm like a ghost that goes to the afterlife, I'm still gonna have to get a job, man. Isn't there any rest or respite, dude? But we're gonna be offered a random assortment of units that we can add to our army. We can have 6 different types of units. We can also stack them up. Every time you get 3 of a unit, they're gonna upgrade into the next tier up, and you can kind of get where the game is going with this. We can also upgrade our chances to get really good stuff, so I'm going to do that at the beginning while the game isn't crazy high stakes, and then I'll probably just grab a couple archers. That's going to give me a veteran archer, and then I'm going to grab, I think, a churl right there, which is going to upgrade me to a veteran churl as well. If at any point you want to rearrange your army or rearrange your strategy, you can do that. You can banish the unit that you currently have. It will give you a little bit of money back so that you can kind of build up around that, but it's not something that I tend to do just because, I don't know, it throws chaos into the system, and I'm not a big fan of chaos and entropy. Right here, we've got Stunning Blow. It allows us to root and disarm the enemy whenever we stun them. If you ever need more information about anything that it's offering you, you. You have 2 keys that you need to be aware of in this game. You've got the Q key. That's going to open up your army list, which is going to show you what you've got and what they're doing and what their stats are. It's also going to tell you what pack they're a part of, so you've got different sortings, just like in any other auto-battler game, where you've got ranged units, rogue units, you've got melee, you've got the vanguard, and you're going to get perks that like specifically accentuate these groups as you get further on into the game. And then you're going to hold down the E key if you want to find out what any of the stuff contextually means when the game offers you a new item. If we take this, we're probably going to want to dedicate to a crit build, and I'm okay with that for right now. So let's dedicate to a crit build. For right now, what abilities are available to my floating skull guy? Well, I can hold down the shift key, and that's going to force all of my units to come to me, and it's going to force them to surround me like a protective shield, because you may have noticed that there's no health bar in this game. Dancers, I don't know if I want 10% dodge. We probably want to fish for more crit here, in all fairness. I'll take +1 damage, that's good. +1 damage will work. That's kind of like crit, sort of, but you may have noticed that there's no health bar inside of this game. God, they're giving me so many items on. I'll take luck. Yeah, luck is actually a pretty good stat in this game. It increases your chance of having items drop off of enemies when you kill them, and it increases your chance from chests, and it also has a chance to upgrade the item to a higher tier when it drops out of any of those localities. But anyways, as I was saying, you may have noticed there's no health bar on the screen. That's because my horde is my health bar. In this game, whenever your entire horde dies, you lose the equivalent of 1 HP, and then your entire horde will respawn. It'll do that 3 times, and then the game is over. So you're going to want to keep in mind that you want to balance between defensives and offensive. You want to have some kind of offensive strategy, whether it be critting or stacking debuffs, and then you want to have some kind of defensive strategy, whether it be dodge or whether it be just ridiculous amounts of HP and armor. It's up to you, but you're going to want to focus on something in this game. 1 free reroll will be nice. I'll take that. What do we have? Man, they really want me to have the leather armor. Hey, 5% chance to crit. Good. That plays into the strategy that I think we're going to be taking further on into the game. This guy right here is a vendor. He'll allow you to buy relics. Every time you buy a relic from him, you have 2 different types of currency in this game. You have gold ducats, which are nice right now, and then we also have corpuscles. Corpuscles are what you trade with all of the afterlife vendors in order to get the stuff that you want. He does have some gloves over here that give us 10% more chance to crit. I'm going to take that flatly right at the outset. We do have a couple things we can take inside of here, too. I didn't expect to have enough corpuscles left. We can go up to 21% chance to crit now. Good. I can't afford anything else, but if we kill enough enemies, I might be able to buy something. What is this? Enjoy the present, sacrifice the future. Permanently increase the rate with which the dungeon threat increases by 5%, but you get 3 units for free. I'll take it. I mean, I don't really want to take it as of right now. We can get ballistas. Slow to fire, but does a lot of damage. We can get some more pikemen. I'll take a pikeman. We've got a dancer. He's an unarmed melee unit, lacks damage and armor, but makes up for it with a very high attack rate and dodge chance. I suppose we could lean into dodge. I don't think that's the worst idea. Having something inside of our army that can just stand there dodging a lot while we wait for other stuff to respawn, because every time one of your units dies, you'll see it at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. It gives you a timer till they come back, and you can also modify the timer. You can basically upgrade just about everything in this game, but you can upgrade the timer for how fast your units respawn too. If you wanted your strategy just to be weak units that respawn almost instantly, you can 100% run that if you want to. We've got Dread Mauls over here, very slow attack rate, but high health and high damage. I could do some Dread Mauls. Yeah, let's get some Dread Mauls. It's going to let me keep recruiting, too. And so I'm not going to turn down an opportunity to make my army stronger. Give me another dancer over there. Hold me closer, Undead dancer. All right, we'll take, like, 2 of you guys, and then I think we'll be solid for right now. The horde continues to feed and grow. And we can get a corpuscle multiplier. Hey, more crit chance, more crit chance. I'll take it. Down this way, we've got another recruitment station. Unfortunately, I'm kind of broke as a joke right now, and I think we've mostly finished off this level. You may have noticed that in the top right corner, there's a timer. This game escalates the difficulty the exact same way that Risk of Rain does. So the longer you stay in, the harder the game's going to get, culminating in pillars of fire coming down from the sky and artillery shells landing on your army. It can be a very upsetting thing letting this game escalate too far, so keep your eye on it. And we got some damage going out right there. Other actions other than pulling in my units, I can right-click or hit the spacebar at any time. When I do that, it's going to cause me to put my army into a frenzy, which boosts all of their stats and makes them deadly. I'll take the 4-leaf clover for more luck. And then we've got a rare item over here that we can take. I don't think that I need more crit chance scaling right now. I think I kind of need something else. I mean, that is a huge amount of crit that we're adding on in there, though. I can kind of ignore crit stuff if I take this right now and focus on other things. I guess I'll do it. I have an eyebrow raised right now because I think I may be over-investing into a strategy at the moment, but time will tell. We'll find out further on down the road into the catacomb. I love these little events that they have sprinkled around that like stretch out the game and make the run feel more satisfying. If we hold this banner for X amount of time, we get 3 more units for free. I'll do it, but keep in mind the game is still transpiring right now and getting harder, but I tend to like this event because it allows you to farm enemies, and if you have your luck up high enough, they'll drop a bunch of items and they'll drop a bunch of money and loot that will make your life quite a bit easier as you go forward through the game. Basically kind of an improvised farm session that you otherwise would not have had the enemy density to do. Unfortunately, it looks like our luck is not coming up positive right now. The golden goose is just not shitting out any eggs, so unfortunately I was hoping we get an item or two from there, but we did get a couple of free units, so I can live with that. Yeah, give me a few more churls in there. I need to save some money, and I need to upgrade my tiers so that I can replace some of these guys. We have another whetstone. I will take the 4-leaf clover. Yeah, I was just saying that I needed a little bit more luck. You may have also noticed that our units don't heal. That's right. If you want your units to heal or regenerate, you're going to have to find items that do that, or you're going to have to recruit units that heal your other units and keep things straight. Let's go down this way, I suppose. Everybody to me. Oh, that's where the portal's at. All right. Well, at least we know how to get the hell out of here once we decide that the time has come. Another item right there, rusty dagger for a little bit more damage. Yeah, I'll take a little bit more damage for right now. I'm not adverse to striking a little bit harder, smacking a little bit more deeply, leaving a much redder handprint upside the head of my... Oh, hello. We got a luck roll. What the hell is Revenants? So I don't know what a lot of these items do because one of the most recent demo updates, they added a ridiculous amount of items to the game. They also added a bunch of new unit types and a new boss to the end of the demo. And so I still haven't experienced everything. I did like 3 runs before I recorded this video just to figure out like what things are in here. And yeah, dude, the variety is getting pretty sweet right now. Most of it seems to be backloaded into the legendary and into the epic items. But what does Revenants do? So whenever a unit kills an enemy, their respawn time goes up by 1%. That doesn't play into my overall strategy, so I'm willing to re-roll a little bit to see if I can get something better. 50% more damage if your squad's alive is good. I'll take that. I think that was in the game the last time we played, so no surprises there. But in the early game, it's pretty unlikely that any of your units are ever going to be dead. And so taking something like that, I think, gets us loaded up nice and early. I'm going to carry on down to the south right here, and we're going to keep blasting away at the enemy. Another corpuscle. Nice, dude. Add that to my pile. Technically, I could go back to the vendor over there and see if I can find anything that helps with our strategy, but he'll show up again. He shows up almost on every level. So let's upgrade our rarities real fast, and then we'll spend the remainder of the money on upgrading units into veteran tier. What is he right there? A bone golem? He doesn't attack, but he just tanks. I might take him instead of the bulwarks. I've never seen that unit before, and I kind of want him. We've also got these little dudes down here that are like, "Hello, Cleveland!" and they like play drum solos. I don't know what it is about necromancy games or orc games, but if you give me a unit that just sits there playing the drums like they're in Behemoth, just I don't know, I can't help it, dude. I gotta have the drummer inside of here. Like, what's the point of going to war if we don't have a sick-ass drum corps, dude? Let's re-roller one more time. I may leave things kind of where they're at for right now, just because we're a little bit low on Skrilla. All right, let's load back on in here, and we got a lot more fighting to do. What is this thing? Permanently increase the rate with which, so we make it increase faster, but we reduce the dungeon threat by 3 levels. I'll do that. That's fine. Like, that takes us back to trifling, so this floor should be pretty easy. Although, one of the risks in doing what I just did is that it lowers the enemy churn rate, which means you're getting less money. It also means you're getting less item drops. And so I'm kind of a proponent of letting the game get hard and just rising to the challenge. That way I can build up all my nastiness a little bit faster. However, we may have bought ourselves like a minute and a half of farm time on this map, so it may even out. Oop, I'm gonna have to frenzy everybody. We got an elite on the field. Yup, he's like one-shotting my units right now. Kill him! Slay him! My men, bequeath blood upon him. Unfortunately, the frenzy did not knock him down. He was far tougher than expected. But there we go. He's dead now, and he dropped a sweet item. I need to start working on something that makes me more defensive. There we go. That'd do it. It lowers my armor, but it raises my dodge up to 15%, which does stack with my core of dancers. I think if we can replace people with some assassins, because assassins also have really high dodge, it may work out. I mean, everybody's getting that 15% right now, which is rad. Oh, hello. Another rare item. Attack rate, we lose damage, we got the Overseer's Whip, so they respawn faster. Armor multiplier, enemy duration rooted goes up. Hey, deal a stack of burn on crit. That'll work. We've got pretty high crit. I can live with that. Extra damage is never something that I turn my... We're already at like 50% crit, dude. There's more dodge right there. I'll take that too. Okay, so in one floor, we managed to put our strategy together at least a little bit. For right now, I kind of got to wait for my guys to respawn. I don't remember what level of demanding we were at before we got here, but once my army's fully respawned, I don't like playing without my 50% damage bonus. And so that's really, I think, the gambit that we played right there by taking that relic, is that we get used to the damage that our character has, and then we just lose it, and then I've got to adapt my strategy on the fly. Yeah, we got burns stacking up right there. Love to see it. What do you have for me? Friendly units gain Thorns. I do love myself a good Thorns build. Where are my Diablo people at? I love a solid Thorns build where you don't even need to press any buttons. You just stand there and the enemy kills itself with its own attack power. Ugh, that's the feeling of power fantasy right there. It looks like Thorns is 20% damage return by default, so I'll take it. It's just another thing to add to the pile to make our war horde more worthwhile. Maybe conjure a smile. Alright, let's go up this way. That's right, I just introduced you to my failure of a rap career. Yeah, I'll upgrade some of my archers, why not? Let's go up another level 2 to tier 4. That sounds good. So now we have everything on the roster. We do have healers in there. Might not be a bad idea since we're running bone golems, but I'm kind of like fishing for stuff right now. I guess we'll take her. Archers, that'll give us our first champion, which is nice. I will take another bone golem. A fire mage? I do like the idea of a fire mage. Maybe I'll just ditch that dread maul, and I'll take the fire mage instead. Yeah, give me another fire mage and we'll see how that plays. The problem is I'm relying on like rarer units that don't come up that often. And so like I may need to stack up a little bit of cheddar to make this overall strategy work. We've got another recruitment spot right there, but I need to focus on money. Crit scaling's okay for right now. I would say let's raise our luck one more time because the levels are going to get more intense and they're going to get a little bit longer from here. I don't know if we're going to squeeze this one out. It doesn't feel like I have an incredible run going. Usually you can feel it when you have an incredible run. But did you notice right there? I will take free rerolls, yeah. Did you notice that when that item popped up, it said luck above it? That's very, very good UI design right there for the player. It directly tells you that you got this for boosting up your luck. You otherwise would not have gotten this, but you had enough luck that it boosted you up and it gave it to you for free. Most games don't let you know when one of your stats is the reason why you got the item. And I like, oh, yes, dude. Oh, we can raise our crit damage now by 50%. 50% chance to crit, 50% extra damage on top of the double damage we're already doing. Don't mind if I do. I'll take 5 health. 5 health is fine. There's the portal right there. We may want to hang out and farm a little bit to see if we can get some more items. The shackle vines. I don't care about that. The rabbit's foot, +2 luck. Yeah, give me the +2 luck. I'm trying to see how hard I can push this thing up. The developer recently, he posted on the Steam forums, and he said that he, like, buffed luck and to let him know how it goes. I'm doing that right now. With 6 luck, I'm expecting to see a lot of items drop. There we go. We've only got, like, one more level to capitalize on it, but hey, give me some more dodge. Yep, 26% dodge. That's good. I likey. It looks like at 6 luck, we're getting an item basically every single time. Let's go... You know what? Boost it up to 7. Let's see how absurd this gets. We did not get an item from that one. Okay. Well, you know, I was testing it. I was trying to figure out just where that line was drawn. I don't know what that is. I think that's a Well of Despair or something like that. I forget what it does. But it does something. My War Horde is currently dead. I would like to have my 50% damage back. If you could go back time with what you know now, return to the start of the floor. Oh yeah, that's a good one because it lets you farm a little bit more. The Well of Time, our dungeon threat's going to go up, but we get 3 free units. I'll take 3 free units. That's an upgraded Fire Mage right there. That's an upgraded Churl right there, and another Fire Mage, and an upgraded Bone Golem while we're in the neighborhood. 2 veteran Spearmen. You know what? Just flesh everything out for right now. I'm not too interested in more dancers. I'm interested in more damage. That's what I'm interested in right now, and I would like to get some of the rarer units leveled up too. All right, let's see how we do with our damage here. I'm hoping that the fire wizards stack up a lot of misery on the enemy. Rusty Dagger. I will take Rusty Dagger. I don't mind. Have I scouted everything? All right, let's reset this floor real fast so that we can farm it one more time because I'm not feeling prepared for the future right now. I will buy 2 archers. That's good. We're getting closer to where we want to be at with our archers, but we're not there yet. Let's do this catacomb one more time. Hopefully things don't escalate like maniacally. Kill the elite to progress. Yeah, that's bad. I'd rather not deal with elites right now. Where's the elite at? I don't think we have eyes on visual on the elite just this second, but he's got to be around here somewhere. Pull everybody back to me. Let me grab a couple. There he is right there. Frenzy everybody. See how many fire... Get over here, get over here, get over here. See how many fire stacks you can get on him. I want you all focused on him this entire time. He's up to like 9 fire stacks right now. 10 fire stacks. Hell yeah. Infinitely stacking debuffs. Let's go. I love it when games just cut you loose to be an overpowered bastard. Desert Winds on critical hit spawn a fire tornado. My 50% crit chance likes that idea. Oh, there's my tornadito right there, dude. What do we have over here? Dancer's shoes? I will take some more dodge. Yeah, absolutely. Let me buy a few more units in here, and I'm not going to be discriminating about it anymore because I think we've pretty much got our overall strategy dictated now. Another one. We've got a damage multiplier, 10% more damage with no downside. I'll take that. Most items in this game, they boost something, but they will moderately boost something, and they will minorly nerf something. So anytime you see something come up in this game that just gives you a flat bonus, I highly recommend that you take that. What do we have over here? Anything? You guys just keep killing, just keep killing. They're about to find out who the new necromantic lord is. There are sub-dungeons, so I know we've been fighting these thing-style flesh goo piles the entire time, but there are other dungeons in the game. I got one on my last run, actually, that took me to like a Minotaur dungeon where all the bad guys were Minotaurs, and they had like battle axes, and they had like Minotaur spellcasters. I really liked that. I was hoping they would get mixed in a little bit more, but I haven't seen it. So many items, dude. Crit scaling, let's get it. And then what do you got for me? The rabbit's foot. I think our luck is about fine right now. This right here makes it so that my burns tick faster, but they fall off quicker. So it kind of front loads the damage on a burn build. Another 20% crit scaling. Okay. Sacrifice the future. Dungeon threat goes up faster, but we get free units. I'm cool with it. There's my free units. Corpuscle Merchant, what you got for me? Revenants on kill, more crit scaling. I'll take the crit scaling. I'll re-roll it. I will take... What does Rampage do? 2% damage per kill. On a kill, the unit takes damage equal to 0.5% per stat. Oh, so their damage goes up and up and up and up, but every time they kill something, they lose a flat percentage chunk of their health. All right. We do not want to nerf our dodge right now. That would be an awful decision. That makes burn last longer. I'll take that. And then a little bit more dodge. Little bit of frosting for the cupcake right there. Totally cool with it. What other oh, we have items down here. I almost left them behind. More crit. Yup. More crit. Yup. There will be many yups inside of here. I'm channeling my inner ducky. All right, let's kill these guys off. Oh, okay. Fire just fell from the sky. I hope that was my units that did that. I thought maybe we escalated the dungeon too far. Let's go back up to the top left, and let's get out of here. That was a really good farm session. We actually left this level way stronger than we came in, so I'm happy with the way that it's gone so far. Is this the last level? I don't know if this is the last level, and if I should just dump all of my money into building. Wow, those wizards are expensive, dude. Those wizards are mad expensive. Catacombs 5. Oh, we have so many levels left. 50% more duration on our burns. Yeah, that allows us to stack up more of it. I'm cool with it. We will find out if this strategy pays off in the long term. But for right now, the strategy's feeling pretty good. Yup, get them fire nados going. More crit. I don't know if we need more crit right now. Maybe a little bit of extra health. Don't know if we need more luck right now either. I'll just keep boosting up health a little bit on all my units, just in the odd chance that if they don't dodge, because I think we're only sitting at like 30 or 40% dodge scaling right now. Yeah, so like most of our units are only at 5, 6, 7%, so focusing a little bit more on dodge might be a good idea. The units that are built around dodging seem to be okay, but we may want to hit dodging a little harder. Come on, folks. Good. Demand, so every unit in your squad takes 75% of their health's damage. Not now, but I will take the free item once we kill off the enemy horde. There we go. Now I'll take the free legendary. A bunch of my units are going to potentially die right there, but I don't really care. Gain a stack on kill, incisive. Increases the chance of landing critical hits affected by crit chance scaling. That sounds like a winner, but let me see if I can get something that maybe increases our dodge. On death, half your stacks of burns are transferred to the nearest enemy. I can't turn that down. We're all in on like a burn build right now, and so not losing my burn build up is a really good plan. We get a legendary item for raising this flag over here, and we get to farm enemies for a consequential amount of time while doing it, and so I'm cool with it. Maybe we'll get a few more items. You guys can run out and kill anything. If there's like ranged guys coming after us right now, I'm fine with it. I absolutely love the pixel art of this game too. In the field, like I spend more time now in my career filtering games for AI art than I do anything else. It's become a considerable part. It's a big part of my workflow, dude. Developers are doing everything in their power to like squeeze in AI art and hide it. I love to see that somebody just went for like a really good-looking simplistic art style too. Gain a stack on dodge, power. We don't have enough dodge, guys, to make that actually work the way I want it to. We can increase the damage of our burns by 20%. If a unit dodges an attack, the attack is reflected back at the attacker. I was hoping I would get a legendary that just raises up my dodge by a bit though, but I'll take that in the hopes that maybe these items over here will give me something good. Hey, there's 10% more dodge right there from the flinched hide. I'll take it. And then we've got 20% dodge right there. I will also take that. So everybody should effectively have a double dodge chance. What is this? An opportunity to stray from the path. You sense both danger and the promise of treasure. Do you take the risk? I'll come back for it, but we're absolutely going to take the risk. I don't know if you're like me, but I'm a natural gambler, dude. I stopped going to Vegas because I enjoy throwing money on the table. I'm smart enough to, like, never gamble stuff that I can't afford to gamble. Like, I know where the cutoff point is, but I do love myself some solid gamba inside of a video game. Oh, it's a mimic! Kill it! Kill it in the face! Does it drop treasure still when we murder it? It does! It gave us a legendary. Gain a stack on dodge. Power. I'll take that. Flint's hide again. I will also take that. Jagged carapace, thorn armor might be. What's the difference? Oh, it just gets added to the thorns damage. Okay. There's a little bit more dodge scaling. Once again, dude, we got to hit that hard. Otherwise, I feel like we're going to really have a bad time going forward. We've got even our less dodgy units are now sitting at like 15% chance. But I do think we're going to have to double it a little bit harder as we go forward. Like, I think we're going to have to get pretty aggressive about scaling our dodge. I think our DPS is exactly where it needs to be, but everything else, our defensive strategy, I mean, double dodge shoes, I think in order to make the game more satisfying and to help you build synergies, I'm almost positive this game looks at your loadout and gives you a higher chance of getting things that build into that loadout after a certain point, because I've noticed that the items get a lot less random when you're on the back end of a run. Like, you start to get things that very specifically benefit your overall build. I'll take everything. We're sitting on so much money right now, dude. I don't even care. Just give me everything you possibly can. I'm trying to build this whole thing up. There we go. The more money we spend, the stronger we are. Army's getting pretty clacked out right now, and because we got our first champion, anytime you reach the top tier of a particular unit type, you get a bonus. So we got the Oath of the Brawler. It's going to give us 10% more damage on pretty much everybody that uses melee damage. Oath of the Butcher, going to do the same thing for everybody that's a Vanguard, which is good. And so let's see how we do in the Flooded Aqueduct. Professional training. I don't want that. I want 40% more Thorns damage. We do have that Thorns boost. I was fishing for a little bit of dodge, but like that'll do it. I actually think reflecting 40% of the damage back at the enemy is pretty good too. We do have bone golems in there, and their natural place in the order of this thing is just to stand there and get smacked in the face. I'm cool with it. What does that do? 50% of your... So a powerful enemy follows you for the rest of the run, but we get 50 corpuscles and we get 25 ducats. I'll take it. I don't know where that enemy's going to be at, but when he shows up, I'm pretty sure with burn stacking we should be able to get him. Give me... Dancer's shoes. I'll take a legendary item. Yep. We've got Death Feint. When a unit would be killed, it automatically dodges and heals 25% of its max HP, but it gets feeble stacks. They last for 4 seconds, so they deal a lot less damage, but they stay in the fight. Since we got Thorns, I think that actually kind of works out. I don't know if it's the wisest of choices, but it is a choice, and I'm going to take it. Everybody to me. All right. We do have a corpuscle vendor down here where I may be able to fish out something that's going to be useful. One item drop over on this side. Once again, fishing for dancer's shoes. 1 second. Oh yeah, you can also banish stuff. I haven't been doing it, but you can pay money to release that. You can release them from ever spawning again on your run. I haven't been doing it, but like you can. Yep, that's exactly what we want right there. We want crouch. Let's go. Our multiplier's actually getting kind of wild right now. Everybody's sitting at around 20%, except for like the units that just flatly can't dodge. So I'm pretty happy with where we're at. Frenzy right here, because I feel like this is going to get worse before it gets better. Ooh, legendary chest. I'll take that too. Unit armor increases with missing health. Well, nobody has armor inside of our build, so let's go damage increases by up to 50% per chunk of missing health. I'm cool with that idea. In fact, I like that idea a lot because I don't know if you've noticed, but our warband's kind of beat up right now, so keeping them in the fight a little bit longer may work out. Yep, burn it all down. Give me sweet-ass items. I think that's the entire floor. Yeah, I don't think there's much left to do. Oh, we're at Apocalypse. Stuff's going to start raining from the sky. It's going to get real. And not just the stuff that I'm raining from the sky. I'll take some more dodge. Yep. 20 more health is good. I'll add that on in too. I think that's about all I can handle for right now. And then the portal's right down here. Was there anything else on the map? No, there's nothing else on the map. Let's head on into the final throwdown. We've got a whole bunch of things to buy right now because we're sitting on a lot of cheddar stacks at the moment. I don't know if we're going to fish out any more bonuses, but I'm sure as hell going to try. There's our final bone golem, so we got a champion out right there, which is great. And I think we're good. All right, boys, do your thing. Good stuff. Deeper and deeper down into hell. Damn, dude, we are mulching elites right now. Like, they are getting obliterated when they try to run up on us. A little more dodge, yep. I may focus on getting a little more thorns, too. I want damage coming from every direction. Like, I want them with dots. I want them getting hit directly. I want them with reflective damage. I want them just having the worst time of their lives. We are losing units, though, for the first time. What's the gong do? Get 3 units for free, but it summons a horror? I don't know if I'm quite ready to gamble on that just yet. More dancer's shoes. Yep. What you got for me, baby? I do have some money right now, so I won't turn down a little expansion of my army. I love the flow of this game, too. It flows so smoothly once you get yourself set up with what your final strategy is that, like, you just click buttons, and it's so tactile, and everything has little pops and noises and confirmations. Just a great feeling game. This is kind of like a 101 masterclass in showing what you can do with a simple idea. All right, spawn the horror. We'll frenzy out, and hopefully we survive this thing. Pull back in. We got ossification. Thorned armor be good. A little bit more thorned armor. I don't know where our thorns is at right now. Our thorns is 20% of the damage reflected back modified by 40% more. So they give us 45% more damage. I don't know. Let's get the enemy duration burn multiplier, I guess, and then we'll just take our 3 free units. Another archer. Yeah, another archer. Many veteranos inside this force right now. Okay, so with all the goodies we've got stacked up, our whole war force is now respawned. Where am I trying to go? I'm trying to go south over there. All right. Keep chugging forward, my dudes. We will cut to the left. Grab the goodies, because we've only got 1 level left. We're on Apocalypse 8 right now. Yeah, I'm starting to feel it for sure. I'm interested to see what that's going to mean once we get to the final boss. 20% more, or I'm sorry, 20 more HP on every unit is good. Summon with the gong. Light off a frenzy. Let's get some more damage back, too. That'll be good. And there's our next legendary. We can regenerate health. We can get 20% more damage on our burns. We haven't really thrown a bone to the wizards just yet. Let's give them an upgrade so that they don't end up retiring on us or anything. Where's the portal at? We gotta get the hell out of here, man. I would like to see builds that actually make your skull stronger too. That's the one thing that's missing right now. Is it'd be really cool if there would be runs where you could just completely and totally neglect building up your army in favor of building up your skull to make him like the main character, and he grows like arms back and he gets like robes and legs and stuff like that as you add more upgrades to him. I think that would be an interesting way, because the game already has you contemplating a lot of the time what upgrades you want and which ones are worth it. Having to split that between your army and your main character would also be pretty rad. Let's get a little more dodge right there. Where is our dodge sitting at right now? It's got to be sitting at just insane levels. It's looking better. I mean, so for the units that never dodge anyways, it was a lot less helpful than I expected. But for the units that do dodge or have like a moderate amount of dodge, they have now become dodgy. And now we run it and we see if this is going to be enough to get us through the final boss. There's a sharpshooter. I'm going to banish him. We don't need him right now. We're past that. Banish both of that. Was that a cat? You can get an undead cat, huh? I probably should have done this sooner, and we probably would have got a lot more mileage out of it. But here's your first introduction to the new boss that they added inside this build. He's way cooler than the last boss. I also like the soundtrack of this game. It rocks pretty hard. It's got like a djenty thing going on that works for me. Like maybe a little bit of djent, a little bit of industrial grindhouse in there. All in all, good stuff. Let's churn through the Vanguard first. And then once we feel like we've gotten through the Vanguard, we'll sort of poke at the boss and see what he does. I may have let the difficulty get too high and outscale me. It's kind of hard to say for right now. We've also got a corpuscle vendor over here. I'm going to activate that now. 20% more dodge is good. I'll take that. A little bit more crit's good. I'm trying to spend all of my corpuscles right this second so that they don't just like build up. Got mutated growth. I'll take a little bit more crit scaling. Yeah, that'll work. We get a lot of bonuses from crit scaling, so I'm cool with it. Buy a few more guys for my army just to keep this thing chugging along. They'll be a little bit weak for this phase of the game, but I'm okay with it. Oh, we're getting the official, it's just spamming out random letters and stuff. All right, well, stay in for as long as you can. Get those burn stacks on him. That way, if he ends up killing anything, we can kind of fall back a little bit. He's sitting on 10 burn stacks, which appears to be the max, but he's not killing our units right now. There we go. He ran away and dropped some loot. More dodge, and then I'll take crit chance scaling. Let's go. Now we got to track him down in a different corner of the level. I don't know where he ran off to. He ran off somewhere. Where's my man at? Ooh, give me all that treasure. Yeah, who likes treasure? Splat likes treasure. The coiny goodness. The pecuniary pleasures. Man, I'm getting smacked right now by those meteors falling. And we've got him. Done deal. Now we just got to finish off, I think, everything else on the map before it lets us leave. But there's only a couple of enemies left out here. One back in the corner hiding. He knows that I'm coming. No one can stop the power of my horde.
I break free of my chains and burst through the granite slab intended to contain me for all eternity. With a horde of bone at my disposal, I carve through the fleshy abominations that guard my tomb. It is time to seek revenge.
Hell yeah, it is, brother, but this is Skull Horde. I think this one is shaping up to be a really fantastic roguelite. I would say it's a roguelike, actually. There's no metagame progress yet. Like, when we go back to the menu, there's nothing to upgrade or anything. So as of right now, it's just a roguelike where you just run it as far as you can. But I like it a lot. It's a very structured, very logical, very satisfying feeling game where every detail has been seen to, from the art style to the sound effects to the soundtrack to the feedback that the player gets every single time they interact with anything. Very, very exceptional work, developer. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, Skull Horde. Tomorrow it'll be something something else. Thanks, folks.